and welcome to this walkthrough of the NatureMetrics intelligence platform. Today we're going to explore how our cutting-edge nature intelligence solution empowers organizations like yours to truly understand the impact of their sustainability initiatives on nature's biodiversity. So let's jump into the platform. The first page of the platform is the project portfolio page. This screen gives you an at-a-glance view of all your ongoing projects across the globe. From this hub, you can quickly download your full PDF reports, so there'll be no more hunting through email inboxes to access your latest insights or reporting. So the project we're exploring today focuses on a global agricultural food company who are in the process of transitioning their supply chain to regenerative agriculture farming practices as part of their corporate sustainability objectives. Now, before implementing these regenerative methods across all their UK farm operations, the company wanted to conduct a comprehensive trial to ensure they were making the right decision. Their goal? To identify the most effective kelp-based fertilizer product that would not only boost their crop yields, but also have a positive impact on the environment and biodiversity. And they also wanted to make sure that they were backing up these claims with robust data gathered over a long time period. So let's dive into the project and see how the NatureMetrics platform helped them make an informed decision as to which fertilizer to choose. Upon entering this project, we're taken straight to the map view, where we can visualize the sampling sites and survey design. The NatureMetrics survey design team assisted the company in developing a robust sampling strategy, ensuring comprehensive data collection, which is essential to generating meaningful insights. The regenerative agriculture trial monitored 3 sites: a control site under conventional management, treatment site A, and treatment site B. And each treatment site had a different kelp-based fertilizer applied. Samples were taken every quarter across 5 years and were analysed for soil, bacteria, fungi, and invertebrates. And by choosing 3 different analyses, this enabled a more holistic view of biodiversity health to be determined. Now, let's jump over to the summary dashboard screen. This is where we can find a simple overview of the key trends and species highlights found throughout the project. This includes things such as a list of all the IUCN Red List species found across the sites. This tab is actually my favourite part of the platform, as it gives you an at-a-glance view of the project status, and it's a really easy and simple to understand screen to bring up in boardroom conversations. So here we can see that over the 5-year period, species richness and evolutionary diversity have increased, which is a sign that the fertilizers are having a positive impact. But remember, the company's aim was to find out which of the 2 kelp fertilizers to roll out across the UK. So we need to dig into the data. Let's go back to the map view. On the right-hand side of the map view, we can see a list of all the species detected, including their IUCN Red List classifications. For instance, the endangered glistening waxcap, a mushroom typically found in unimproved grasslands. It was present in 5 of the 60 samples. This is precisely the kind of species we'd expect to flourish as the agricultural practices transition to a more regenerative method. Now, let's apply some data filters at the top of the screen. At the top, we can filter the data by data sampling, test type, and specific metrics. For this project, the company was particularly interested in changes in soil fungal diversity, as the kelp-based fertilizers are claimed to have a positive impact on this aspect of soil health. So let's set the date to the end of the 5-year trial, view only the fungi data, and look at the fungal functional diversity metric. Healthy soil generally has a greater fungal functional diversity score. Here we can see how both the kelp-treated sites have a higher diversity than the control site, supporting the hypothesis that transitioning to one of the kelp fertilizers is a good idea. However, the diversity looks very similar on both treatment sites, which leads us to the question of which fertilizer is better, A or B. Let's delve into the details of the impact both fertilizers had over time in the EcoStats ecological trends area of the platform. So if we select the soil fungi test, here we can see a time series of how the different treatment sites' fungal functional diversity changed over the 5-year period. Initially, we can see that the fungal functional diversity was comparable across all 3 sites, so this was before any fertilizer was applied. However, after a couple of years into the project, treatment site B had a much higher fungal functional diversity than both the control site and treatment A. But then if we look across to the end of the 5-year trial, treatment site A experienced a rapid increase in diversity, above that of the control site and almost catching up to treatment B. This really shows the value of regular sampling over time, as you can pick up these small fluctuations. Therefore, we now know that treatment B had a more significant and immediate impact on fungal functional diversity in the soil. However, remember, we not only analysed the samples for fungi, we also looked at bacteria and invertebrates to get a more holistic view of ecosystem health. So let's have a look at those trends too. As you can see for the bacteria, again, treatment B had a steady linear increase, and this is in bacterial functional diversity across the 5 years. Whereas treatment A and the control site remained relatively stable. Again, bonus points for treatment B. And for invertebrates, when we look at the evolutionary diversity metric, we can see that both treatments had a positive impact compared to the control site. However, after the 5-year period, the evolutionary diversity of the two treatment sites was very similar, and I'm wondering whether that difference is actually statistically significant. Let's go and check whether it is statistically significant over in the EcoStat statistical comparison area. Here in the statistical comparison tab for the terrestrial invertebrates, I can compare the evolutionary diversity metric for treatment site A compared to treatment site B in the final year of the project. And as you can see, the results clearly show that the evolutionary diversity of treatment B is statistically different and superior to treatment A. Now, I think we all know which fertilizer we're leaning towards, but finally, to be sure, let's examine the community comparison plots in the EcoStats area. Here in the community comparison area, I'm going to select the fungi, as this was the client's primary area of interest. Now, these ovals represent the diversity of species found at each site. If the ovals are clustered close together or overlapping, they're similar species communities. However, if the ovals are separated and far apart, the species communities are very distinct. So here we're looking at 2019, the beginning of the project, and the community compositions are all quite distinct. But if we change the date to the end of the 5-year trial period, treatment sites A and B had become more similar, indicating a shared, functionally diverse ecosystem compared to the control site. Now, after all of that, let's go back to my favorite platform screen to find out what the company decided to do. After thoroughly analyzing the data and leveraging all the platform insights, the agri-food company concluded that treatment B exhibited the greatest positive impact on fungal, bacterial, and invertebrate diversity over the 5-year period, with the early onset of treatment B's positive effects being the deciding factor in their decision to roll out treatment B's kelp-based fertilizer across all their UK sites instead of treatment A. This project exemplifies the power of NatureMetrics' intelligence platform in providing comprehensive biodiversity data and actionable insights to inform critical business decisions that foster a more nature-positive future. I hope this demo tour has been insightful, showcasing how our platform simplifies the complexities of nature into clear, data-driven narratives that empower organizations to make informed choices for the benefit of both their operations and the environment. Now, this was an example of one project for an agri-food company. However, eDNA data and nature intelligence insights can be used to inform decision-making in all sectors, whether that's extractive, renewables, marine, forestry, or even conservation sectors. There truly are so many applications. So for more information, please do reach out to our team via the contact form at naturemetrics.com.